Hello everyone, it's Professor Sadiq Noor, and today I am going to demonstrate to you how to use the VI editor in Unix. Let's start. So I have created a PowerPoint for you. I will go through the PowerPoint. Then the second section, I will demonstrate the command regarding the VI editor. So the agenda is that you're going to understand the concept of editors in general, using the basic commands in VI editor, creating a file using VI editor, editing the document in a VI editor, navigate through VI document screen, save the file using VI editor, and quit the VI editor. So the first thing is, what is a text editor? A text editor is a tool that enables you to create, edit, or modify a file in a standard American standard code for interchange, the ASCII format. Files that contain text such as program, source code, notes, memo, etc. These are the example of a file that has a text in it. A text editor is like to word processor without the exclusive features such as the bold, center, underline, tab. You cannot do these things. Not like in Microsoft Word that you can do all this stuff. So Unix supported editors. In Unix operating system, Unix support 4 kinds of editors. So the Unix operating system supports a number of both lines and screen editors. So you can create or alter the file easily and efficiently. So we have ED and EX are line editors, whereas VI and Emacs are screen editors under Unix, right? So ED is the original line editor. Then we have EX, which is more sophisticated superset of the ED editor. Then we have a VI, which is a visual screen editor, and the Emacs is a public domain screen editor. So the Unix support 4 kinds of editors. So line editors, which enable you to edit one or more or a group of lines at a time. You must specify the line number in the text to change it and specify the change itself. Used to perform global operations that include searching, replacing, copying multiple blocks of text in a file. So what is the screen editors, which enable you to create a file or edit an existing file? Enable you to edit a file by displaying a text on the screen at a time. Enable you to move the cursor around the screen to make the changes within the file. In the line editor, you have to communicate using the commands. Whereas here, you can use your mouse to move around the screen. So the VI editor. The VI is a screen-oriented text editor available on most Unix operating systems. The VI editor provides some of the flexibility and ease of a word processing program. VI is based on the line editor EX and is possible to use EX command within the VI, right? You can use the EX commands within the VI editor. So the two versions of the VI, the view editor and the VEdit editor. So the view editor is the version of the VI editor with the read-only flag set in it. So the view is useful when you only want to look at the content of a file and not to modify it. So the view prevents you from inadvertently changing a file you are viewing. Whereas the VEdit editor is a version of the VI editor with several flags set. The VI editor intended for beginners. So it also flag setting makes easier to learn how to use the VI. So the basic VI editors commands. So the basic editing job usually involve the following operation: creating a new file or modifying an existing file, which is an open file operation. Then you can enter text, deleting text, searching text, changing text, saving the file, and quitting the editing session. Means that close the file operation. Right? There are two modes of VI. There are two modes of the VI text editor, right? Command mode and text input mode. Some command works only in the command mode and the other works only in the input mode. So the command mode. When you invoke the VI command, it starts in a command mode. So whenever you're going to start the VI, always is going to invoke the command mode. When you press the key in a command mode, it invokes the command that is associated with the key. You might delete the line search for text or move around the screen while pressing a key or multiple keys in a command mode. Some commands are accompanied with the colon. So some command you have to use the colon with the slash and the question mark. So these commands are displayed on a very last line of the screen in the VI. So what about the text input mode? The text input mode enables you to insert and append the text or character by typing from the keyboard only. So now we have to start. So the first thing is that you have to log in to the Buddy software with your username and password credential, and then we will create the file, and then from there we're gonna demonstrate the commands that goes with the VI editor. So the file creation, at the system prompt, we have to type VI and the name of the file. The name of the file can be anything, right? And then you have to press the enter key. And then if the file does not exist, a blank screen will appear displaying a tell this in the left column. The tell this indicate that VI is in a command mode. So remember, the VI always start in a command mode. VI is ready to accept your commands. You cannot start entering text in this mode. In the command mode, you cannot enter a text. You have to be in an input mode. You can only search, replace, insert, delete, or append the text in this mode. The status line displays the name of the file and the file status as a new at the bottom of the text editor. So press the I key to activate the input mode. So if you want to type something inside the file, you have to press I. So the I key is not displayed on the screen. You are not going to see that you press I. So just you will have to press I from the keyboard. That means you want to get to the input mode to input the text inside the file. So the next is changing the modes to save the file. So whenever you want to save the file, you will have to press the escape key to exit the input mode and activate the command mode again. Then you have to press and hold down the shift key and you have to press the colon key, the two dots. Then you have to type WQ, W is to write and Q to quit. And then you need to press the enter key to save the file and quit the text editor, right? So let's practice now. So I will stop my presentation here and then I will search the Buddy in my computer and then I will click it. All right. Now I saved the host name. All right. With this name Sadiq Unix. So I will double click it. It's gonna open it. All right. And then I will make it bigger. right? So you will log in, then type your password is hidden. So I'm already in. As you see the prompt, the dollar amount, that's my prompt. So clear to clean the screen. So I can start from the beginning. And then we're gonna start the command that I show you in my PowerPoint. So that's the VI, right? So you're gonna type VI, be sure that your cap locks are all off. So all the commands are case sensitive. You have to write it in a lowercase. So VI space the name of the file, my file, and then press the enter key. Now you see it said the name my file is a new file, and you see the tilde, the blue tildes in the left. That indicates it's a blank file, and you are in a command mode. All right. So to get inside the input mode, because that's where you have to be typing. You cannot type in the command mode, right? So you have to type when you are in the input mode. So type I. As you see, when I press the I, it's gonna show you in the bottom of the file that says insert, right? Insert. So we are now in the insert mode, and we're gonna type some information here for the file. So I'm gonna type now. Start your typing. The VI the VI editor was developed at the University of, with the space bar you can go back and correct, California, Berkeley, as part of the Berkeley Unix system. At the beginning, the VI editor was, was part of another editor, editor, editor. The VI part of the EX editor was often, you can type anything you want, used and become very, very. This popularity forced the developer to come up with a separate VI editor. Now the VI editor is independent of the EX editor, and is available on most of the Unix operating system. Now, to get out of the insert mode, you will have to do this. First, you will have to press the escape key in your keyboard, right? And then you will hold the shift key, shift plus colon, which is the two dots, guys. Okay, so let me show you. So I'm here, escape, and then shift and colon. The two dots, as you see, it displays now. All right. Perfect. Now, if you want to save and quit, you will obviously type W after the colon. W is to write and Q to quit. Press the enter key. It takes me out of the VI, and now I'm back to my prompt. Now, if you want to open the file again, you will say VI my file is the name of the file you want to open. So now you are in a command mode. You cannot type anything in the command mode, right? So in the command mode now, if you want to move up, down, left, right, so we do have a command for that, right? So let me share with you. So here, H for left arrow to move the cursor position one space to the left, right? So let's do that. H, I'm pressing H. As you see, I'm going to the left, one letter at a time, all right? You can also use the arrows in your keyboard. J is to move down. So we will do K to move up, then we can do J. Still I'm in the command mode, K. Is it? Now we're gonna do, we did K, right? We did K to move up and then J to go down. So J, all right? So the H moves the cursor position one space to the left as I show you. The J move the cursor position one line down. The K move the cursor position one line up. And then if you want to go to the right, you'll have to press L, all right? For example, H is going to go to the left, one letter. You want to go to the right, L. Perfect. Now the dollar sign moves the cursor pointer to the end of the current line. So shift on the dollar, let's move somewhere here. Let's see, I'm here. Shift on the dollar sign. It takes you to the end of that paragraph. Now if we are, let's say if I'm here, shift on the dollar, I'm already at the end. So let's go here. So shift on the dollar to get you to the end of this paragraph. See, I started from here, it takes me here. Right? So if I'm here, so we can press the H to take you back to the beginning. Hold the H. Now dollar, to put the dollar is shift. You are not gonna see those keys. Shift and the dollar. So it takes us to the end. Move the cursor position to the end of the current line. W is to move the cursor forward one word. W. Say W one word. Say W come up with a separate VI editor. You see me? Moves the cursor position forward one word. Now B to move the cursor position back one word. I want to go back now. B. Okay. I'm pressing the B. B for boy. Look. Take me one backward, but with the first letter of that word. Now E to move the cursor position at the end of the word. So this command are only applicable when you are in a command mode. E at the end, you see forced. Now it should be E here, where the E, you see a D. So E, E, E is gonna take you to the last letter of the word. All right. Now 0 is to move the cursor position to the beginning of the current line. So I was here, the green you see, I will press 0. It takes me to the beginning of that line. So if I'm here, if I am, let's say, let me get to the end. Now I will press 0. It takes me to the beginning of that paragraph. The return, the enter key, move the cursor to the beginning of the next line. So keep on moving. Okay, that mainly work when you are in the input mode. Spacebar move the cursor position one space to the right, and the backspace move the cursor position one space to the left. Backspace takes you back. That's the spacebar. Backspace will take you back one letter, and then that's the backspace. That's the spacebar. Now let's go and read. The following keys are used in the command mode again. I is to insert the text you enter before the character the cursor is positioned on. So I was here, I will press I, small I. start from where my cursor was. All right, and then I can type. This is a practice commands so we can do better in Unix, right? Now to get out of this, I will move my cursor somewhere here. Now I will press escape and then shift and the colon, the two dots, as you see in the left of the green bar here. All right. Now I will press, if you say I was here, right? So escape, shift and the colon. Now I tapped this paragraph, right? If you don't want to save it and you want to quit, right? You will have to say quit. And then if I press only quit to quit the editor, look what's going to happen. It says no, right, since the last change, add the explanation to override it. So what you're going to do, escape, shift and the colon, Q, and the explanation. Now remember, this will not be saved. Okay, so let's see. Press the enter. That will quit without saving. Now, let me clear the screen. Now, VI, my file. See, the line I type is not there, right? Now, the capital I is to insert the text you enter at the beginning of the current line. So, Shift and capital I. My cursor was here, it takes me to the beginning. So for example, if I'm here, let's go here. All right. Now escape. Then I will hold Shift and I because I wanna use the capital I. So this should go to the beginning. And then you can insert anything you want to insert. All right. Escape to get out of the input mode. And then the next command. A, append the text you enter after the character the cursor is positioned on. So let's go. And then type A, small a. Now see you are in the insert. And then I will say, all right, I put Sadiq. Then escape. Now, the capital A, append the text you enter after the last character of the current line. Append the text you entered after the last character of the current line. So Shift and capital A. See, it takes me to the end of that paragraph. And then I can type anything you want. You can press the enter key. Right. Pass backspace is to delete it, right? Now let's go back. The next is small o and capital O. A small o is to open a blank line after the line the cursor is positioned on. So my cursor is here and I want to open a new line, a blank line. So First escape. Now I'm in a command mode. And then you will press small o. Now it says insert, and then you can type anything you want to type. There's a blank. All right. Now escape. Go back. Capital O. Opens a blank line before the line the cursor is positioned. Before the line the cursor is positioned on. My line is here. So Shift and O, because I need a capital O. So my cursor was line here, and then above that it opens a blank line. You can press escape. You can do O, small o. So it create a blank. Okay, it adds a new line, a blank line, where your cursor was there. Escape. The next commands we have is X to delete the character specified by the cursor position. So let's say I will go here and then escape. Now press X in lowercase, small x. See, one letter at a time is going to be deleted. See, all right, escape. Now undoes the most recent change. Capital U will undoes all the changes on the current line. So whatever I deleted, I want to undo it. So Shift and U. See, the whole thing comes back. Now, what about capital X? It deletes the character specified to the left of the position, cursor position. So it deletes the character specified to the left of the cursor position. So I was here, and then I will press Shift and X. Okay, to the left. So if you want to undo, Shift and U. So undo is U, capital U, or just U. Okay. To undo what you did. So delete the character specified by the cursor position with the small x. With the capital, delete the character specified to the left of the cursor position, wherever your cursor position is in the left. So Shift and capital X. See, the E is there, but anything in the left is going to be deleted. See, the E was the line. So if I do Shift and capital U, okay, and then if I do U, now let's go back. Undo the most recent changes and undo the Shift and U, capital U. Okay. So escape. And then, okay. So whatever in the left is gonna keep it, and then it's gonna delete all these in the left of the cursor point, wherever your cursor was pointing. Escape. Now the next is R, small r and capital R. All right. So let's do DD, two Ds. Delete the line specified by the cursor position. So let's say I'm here and DD twice. It took the whole line. So if I'm here and I want to delete the whole line here, DD twice, you have to press the DD. All right. So to undo what you did, U, or you can say capital. So U, small u. See, all the stuff I deleted is back now. Okay? All right. Whenever you're gonna type, it's gonna be in the insert mode. All right. Now, small r and capital R. A small r replaces the character that the cursor is on. Escape. So let's say I was here. I was over the E. Then escape. Right. And then my cursor is here. And then I will press small r. And then it replaces the E by S. Right. Escape. Now, capital R replaces the character starting from the cursor position and ends in the next mode, in the text mode, right? So what we're gonna do for this one, I will go here with the R and then I will type Sadiq, right? Then I will go down here, spacebar, and then I will escape. Now capital R, Shift and R, replace whatever you want to replace. Okay. Right. So replaces the character starting from the cursor position and enters in the text mode. So what's gonna happen? Escape. So we are in the command mode, right? And let's say I'm here and I wanna enter a new information. I wanna type something in the middle after independent. So Shift and R, it says replace here. And then, all right. Then press escape to go back to the command mode. So when you do the Shift and R, the capital R is gonna take you in an insert mode, and then you have to replace or type. Now, dot, repeat the last text changes, right? So let's go here, and then let's replace it. Let's say, I will say escape, and then I will say Shift and R, and then I will say Sadiq is the great, right? Now I will go somewhere and then escape. Then I will go here, and then I will press the period, the dot. You see, it's replaced by Sadiq is the great. Now I will go somewhere here, and then period, the dot. See, I will go down somewhere, and I want to put that. I want to replace it here. Dot. It's like It's like pasting what you copied. See? So escape. Now the two guys left here, the slash and the question mark. The slash searches forward for a specified pattern, and then the question mark is to search backward for a specified pattern, right? So better searches using slash and the question mark. The VI editor provide operator to search the file for a specified pattern. Forward slash for searching forward if you want to search anything forward in the paragraph. If you want to search something in the backward, then you have to use the question mark with the keyword that you want to search backward. If you are editing a large file, you also can use this operator to position the cursor at the specific place in the file, right? For example, we have to press the escape to get to the command mode. Then we're gonna type slash Unix, and then you have to press the enter key. So the VI will look for the word Unix in your file and position the cursor on its first line occurrences of the word Unix. And then you have to press end for the next Unix if you have any other occurrence. So the VI will look for the next occurrence of the word Unix. If you prefer to search backward through the file, then you will need to type the question mark Unix and press and then return, means press the enter key. Then the VI will continue to search backward. So let's practice this command, the slash and the question. So escape and then slash, and then we are looking for editor. You see? Now press the enter key. That's the only one I have, right? So escape slash. Now let's first set your focus. Escape. Let's go first and find the way where you want to start. Suppose I am here in this paragraph. Right? From this paragraph backward, I want to search. Let's say I want to search D. So question mark. D. Now press the enter key. Now press N. You are not going to see the N. Just keep pressing it to get to the other D. See, I don't have any. So three places I had D. So we have to go back. Suppose I'm here. Suppose I'm in the beginning of the paragraph. Or let's do it from here. So that's the beginning, right? So I am in the command mode. So press the escape key. Then put the slash. And then you are looking for Sadiq. That's the first Sadiq. Press the enter key. Now press N. That's another Sadiq. That's another Sadiq. That's another Sadiq. That's another Sadiq. That's another. And then search hit the bottom, so we don't have anything. All right. Now, if I was here, I was here now. I want to search something from backward to the top. So I want to find let's say Sadiq. So this time you will use the question mark, Sadiq, enter. Now N, all these Sadiq occurrences, look, press the N until you see the red. It says search hit the top, so there's no more you have. Then you can press the N to take you back. All right, escape. So that's how to search your text in your document. So the next finally is about saving and exiting the files, which I did show you WQ, which writes or saves the content of the file and quits the VI editor. The W is to write, which means save the content of the file but stay in the editor. So let me show you what I mean by that. So escape, the colon, and then Q, and then expand. That means I don't want to save what I typed, right? So VI, my file one, that's my second file, is blank. This is the command mode. Press I. I'm in the insert mode. So I will type, this is my second file I have created using VI editor in the Unix operating system. The VI editor is a very easy editor to use, right? Now escape to get out of the insert mode, and then shift and the colon to get the two dots, to get these dots, right? Then we're gonna say now, we're gonna say type, right? So colon, and then if you want to save it, so W, I save it, but still I'm in the editor, and then I can still type. Press I, and then continue with your typing. This is Professor Sadiq Nuur, right? Now escape, and then shift and the colon. And now I don't want to save, this is Professor Sadiq, right? So I will use the Q and the explanation sign. Now, if you type VI, my file one, you have everything except this is Sadiq Noor is not there, right? So W is to save, but still you want to add more. So once you save the paragraph you type, then press I, and then you can keep on typing. And then to get out of the input mode, you will have to press the escape, then shift and the colon, and then you will have to say W to write, right? Q is to quit the editor. And then, but if you typed anything and then you want to quit with the single Q without the explanation sign, it's not going to take you out. For example, I to insert, And then if I said this is my file, escape, shift and the dot colon. Now if I say Q, quit, it says that you need to put the explanation sign to override. So press enter, escape, then you will have to do shift and the colon. And then if you don't want to save them, Q, all right. The next one is ZZ, capital Z. Right, save the content of the file and quit the text editor. So vi my file one, and then I for input mode, and then I will type this. I'm typing now. This is to show you how to use the ZZ command to save and quit the vi editor at the same time. All right, escape. Now shift and two Z's. Shift and two Z. That means I want two capital Z's. So it took me out and I'm back to the prompt. Now let me confirm, did the file save what I typed in the last? So vi my file. Not this one. Vi my file one. You see, this is to show you how to use. So and then I will type a little bit more. This ends the tutorial regarding the VI editor, right? Now escape to get out of the input mode. Now shift and two Z's together. So that means save and quit. Now let's see. VI my file one, enter. What I type is here. You see, this is the end of the tutorial regarding the, all right. So I went through all these commands. Thank you guys. So we have to press escape, the shift and the colon, and Q to quit the editor. And then you have to press exit to close the body software. All right. So thank you so much, guys. I'm hoping that you have learned the command with me, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to share the link of the video with your friends, with your family members, and if you wanna contribute to the channel so that I can create more productive video, you can do so. So thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed and also you learned how the VI editor works in Unix. Thank you so much. Have a nice and blessed day. Bye.